Make them feel bad.
You don't want people walking away feeling bad.
So I probably feel bad.
I'm not
for me,
gushing
for
into
that.
this.
That's very funny. Sweater weather. It's sweater weather.
I have no way of guiding this otherwise. All right,
Done,
it's ready
or-
when you are.
Okay. So we'll call our meeting to order. The first item is the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any additions or deletions to the agenda from anyone? So the fire department is not here tonight and they have no applications and no purchases, so they will be removed from the list. With the DPW, when we have that discussion, I'm going to, instead of the fire department, just insert an executive session for advice of counsel at that point in time of the meeting. And then we will come out and finish the agenda, and then at the end, we will keep the executive session for pending legal matter. Meeting minutes of November 25th, 2024.
Move to approve the minutes.
Posed by trustee Casey, seconded by trustee Rice. All in favor?
Aye.
Our abstract number 11 dated today. I don't have the total though. So if you have it, does it say the total?
$131,761.73.
Moved by trustee Dan and
Second.
seconded. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Move right into the DPW.
Yeah, the trash truck was down with a hydraulic leak last week, but that issue's been fixed and they're waiting for a sensor before it can get back on the road. As we all know, snow was being removed last week. And now that the snow is gone, that's been removed. We get back to picking up leaves and other materials. Drying machine is up and running. We'll need it again. We'll use it again soon. I'm not quite sure what this means. I'm just gonna read it, but Bobby, you can explain. Buell Fuels is no longer the OGS diesel supplier. Marabito got the state contract.
Yep, so right now we get our diesel fuel on OGS state contract through,
Onondaga.
it's the state
Oh,
contract.
gotcha.
That's right now, Buell Fuels they won the bid, and then Marabito just won this next bid, so. Marabito already services our unleaded fuel, so I just wanted to let you guys know that. The new state contract is out and Marabito is the new supplier for that.
And we don't really have anything to do with that.
We don't, I asked them if we needed to sign a contract or anything with them, but I think they got a huge influx of phone calls last week because every municipality got the same letter from Buell letting them know, so I'm still working through that.
Okay.
So I'll let you know at a later date if we do have to sign an agreement, but it doesn't sound like we will.
Just because they're under the, it's the Office of General Services as the supplier. Doesn't mean that if Buell Fuels is willing to sell it to you for less, or you can go out for quotes if you want, if you feel that you can get a
Yeah.
better price. Do
Yeah.
you?
I haven't gotten a price back from them yet, so I was gonna kind of see
Okay.
what they were gonna come back with.
I just want to let you know,
Yeah.
you just because they're.
Buell has
State-
already said that they would try to match whatever Marabito would
doesn't
come.
Do a lot
right,
because we have
so.
to do so much work
Right.
to,
Switch over,
Yeah.
right?
well, if you're not taking the state contract and you're just gonna match it, we still have to go get our quotes and all that.
Oh, it's not worth it.
It doesn't, we're not saving anything, cause
Gotcha.
it's just time.
Yep.
Spent.
Okay, so, chances, the potential is high that Marabito will be
Yep.
the entity that we work with, but you have some information that you're waiting on.
Yep.
Dan Way is an employee of the DPW or is employed in the DPW and would like to sell back his last remaining week of vacation per the union contract.
Yep.
Is this something we take a vote on?
So we would need a motion
Accept
to
his,
accept his request for buying back his extra week of vacation.
So move.
well, wait, I have some questions. I mean, you can move forward. Yeah. This is
Okay.
discussion time.
So why don't we move and second it, then we can
Okay.
discuss it, and then we can vote on it. All right, so move it and seconded by Mark. Now the questions,
Is there, do we run up against any concerns with precedent and
It's in the union contract.
which
buy
means
back,
that
yeah.
any employee can ask for
no,
this
it's only,
Any employee
in
that
that union
is,
contract.
that has
5 weeks.
4 or 5 weeks of vacation can sell 1 week at the
Limited
end
to
of the
1
year.
week? Mhm.
Yep,
there's 1 week, and he has that much vacation because of the length of time that
Yep.
he's been an employee here.
Oh, that's fine, right? And it's their choice to use it or sell it back.
Yeah.
yep, and yeah, they can't roll over.
No rolling over. So you use it, you lose it, or you sell it back.
Yeah, well, you can roll it.
I think you can,
every
you can roll it over, but we made a rule that they can only use it within the
until
first
March.
3 months of the
Okay.
next year, so that if, sometimes people have a trip planned for January and they need more than. Or and have other things they want to do that next year, so they save some of their vacation from this year. They can roll it over, but they have to use it within the first 3 months.
Okay.
So-
And I think that changed, I think it switches
Or did
to
that
sick
change?
time.
It can
It
be
can be
converted
converted
to
to
sick
sick
time,
Oh,
time.
okay.
which is also what
In
the
the-
fire department
Yes,
does.
Okay.
it changed with the union contract.
Oh,
And
so
it
it's
used to be that way when it was just before the DPW had the union. And it was just the employee handbook, but.
Okay.
now you're-
Last question is, it's a 40-hour week. There's no,
Yep, yeah, just straight pay for 40 hours.
all right,
Yep.
okay. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Superintendent Hall and Deputy Superintendent Massett attended the virtual MS4 training. Congratulations.
Just a note, if you got anybody else, make sure they get it in before the end of the year.
He's the only one that qualifies and wants to.
Okay.
We asked everybody last week, so.
True for the firemen too.
well, we have the fireman to do in a little bit here.
So does
But
that
there's
take
other
care of our
ones, too.
vacation buyback or do we have more requests?
No, there's more requests for the fire department, which we'll do on that part of the agenda, because there was no fire department report at
Yeah.
this point. Okay, any other questions for the superintendent, highway superintendent?
No, I mean,
Okay, so I'd like to have a motion that we go into executive session to
So
include the
moved.
board, Laura, the clerk, the attorney, and the superintendent. Okay, all in favor? All right,
I
it should not take long, and we'll be right back.
Good.
I was like, around.
I'm ready for the holidays. Pardon me? I'm ready for the holidays? No.
Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that answer.
They come every year, but they do, I know. So.
Sorry. Oh, you're. So a motion to come out of executive session?
So move.
Second?
No, we want to stay in we want to maintain executive session so we can go back into it, or do we need
A
to
new one.
do we
we
create a
just-
new one?
Just, I think we create a new,
It's just a procedure. Okay.
different subject or
Okay.
whatever, or different,
No problem. I just wanted to make
reason,
sure.
different reason for the
Okay.
executive session the next time. All right, all in favor?
All right.
Okay. Next we have the pro housing community update. So we, Lori forwarded a letter to us that is addressed to the Village of Fayetteville from the New York State Homes and Community Renewal Division of Housing and Community Renewal. And it says, thank you for submitting the Village of Fayetteville's application to New York Pro Housing Communities Program. We're delighted to inform you that we have completed the review of your application. The Village of Fayetteville has been certified as a pro housing community. The housing shortage that faces New Yorkers affects residents of all ages and income levels, and the urgent need to take action to address the issue is only growing. In New York State, rents have risen 40 to 60% since 2015, and home prices have risen 50 to 80%. More than half of New York renters are rent burdened, meaning that they pay more than 30% of their income on rent, the second highest rate in the nation. Here at HCR, we understand the nexus between supply and affordability in order to achieve true equity of opportunity and to erase the gap in access to health, education, and wealth building. We must guarantee that people have a choice as to where they live and raise their families. So much of the housing progress we have made and want to make is dependent on the support of municipalities like yours, who are on the front lines helping families fight for housing that meets their needs. As a certified pro-housing community, the Village of Fayetteville will now be eligible to apply for various discretionary funding programs with up to $650 million in funding available. Please be on the lookout for additional details about how to maintain your certification for calendar year 2025. We're excited that the Village of Fayetteville has chosen to join the Pro-Housing Communities Program, and we look forward to continuing to work with the Village of Fayetteville to ensure that all New Yorkers have access to a safe, affordable, equitable place to live. Signed by Ruth Ann Visnoskas, perhaps is how you say her name?
Yeah.
So this is something that our board voted on to submit this application to become a pro-housing community program. We did the easy part by saying that we wanted to do that and voting for that. Lori did the lion's share of the work of completing all the necessary forms and paperwork that had to go into this. I believe there are other communities within Onondaga County that have achieved this goal, but online, the city of Syracuse has, but no other villages are listed. I do believe I've heard that some villages have submitted parts, if not all of the applications, so I'm not sure because ours is not listed on this website
Yeah,
as
said there's a delay.
that there's a little bit of a delay, so perhaps others are too, so I don't want to say nobody else is but us, but we know for sure that we are, so. Thank you to Lori for what she did. I don't know his comments or anything, but
Actually, I would just concur because we really did, we understand the importance of doing this and Lori actually made it happen. I want to say thank you. Because I do know that it really takes a lot of effort sometimes to follow up on what the trustees say we're doing. And I have to mean that.
And what about the second step? I didn't refresh my memory about.
The second step, if I remember correctly, is we'll have to, in March, put in our new permits that we've put in also in order to keep them up to date. That's what we'll be doing.
that's probably the renewal or the
That's the renewal that
updates
they're
that
talking
they're
about.
asking
That's
about or
correct.
whatever.
Yeah, because we did the last 5 years. That's when I asked you for the list of them. And so then each year, is it March? I'm not sure when you.
Yeah, well, deadlines.
Yeah, so it's something that's just a document. You keep updating
Yeah.
the information, sending it to them. That's it. Now we're ready to get the $650 million for the grants.
Well, actually, some of the grants like New York Forward can be substantial for
Sure.
small communities. So they really are millions of dollars that are possible advantage to us in our village.
I'm wondering if we shouldn't, it's a little late, but I'm wondering if we shouldn't let,
contact somebody now because we made that application in the summer. And now that
You're correct.
we made an application for some monies to help us with
CFR?
zoning.
Yeah,
That application.
Yeah, CFA application.
Yeah,
see if you can push an addendum on.
I can, yeah, sure.
But they should be it may be a little late. They should be coming out with we should be learning this week literally. Whether we're lucky or not.
Yeah. They've been holding those. For a while, they're not going really quick sometimes.
Yeah, they always announce it in December sometime. It's already,
Okay.
yeah.
Right. Next is vacation buyback. So we did the one for the DPW. In the fire department contract, there are also the availability for, vacation buybacks for unused vacation time. So we make I would entertain a motion that would, authorize Lori to take care of and pay the vacation buybacks according to the union contract. So we don't have particular names of people or the amounts of stuff, but it's whatever fits with the records here in this office and the contract in conjunction with each other for vacation buybacks from the
So moved.
fire department.
Second.
Guys, we.
No, we don't have the names.
Oh,
So it's just whoever's a member of the
Okay.
union
All right,
that has vacation requests to buy back.
So we don't have anybody who's actually requested it.
No, well,
We do,
Yeah.
but we've never brought them
There's a lot of-
individually because
they
it's,
didn't put them in?
No, they did as required, they submitted their number.
so we have them,
I'd
we
say
don't have
10
the
to
names.
12.
We're doing a general thing because it's in the
it's in
contract.
the
We have
contract,
to
we
do it.
can't
We can't
not
not
do it.
Right.
All right, yeah, I
And
know.
just about a good portion, 75% of them have time to either cash out or convert to.
In the past, we always did it, they put it in, we brought them up.
I did make a copy of last year's motion. We didn't do it last year. I don't know if it's something we did used to. You're 100% correct. I don't know since this new contract, the way it's written.
I don't have any objection.
Okay,
If anybody wants information about it, they can ask Lori or Karen
yes, Karen has a stack.
for information about it, but it's basically
It's per
what
the
they're
contract.
entitled to and it's per the contract. We don't have any choice in the matter. Okay. Do we have a motion?
Yeah.
Second.
Move second, and she seconded it.
Okay,
Lucy seconded. Okay.
all in favor?
Aye.
And then we do have a second request from the fire department, and this is from Chief Hildreth, who is not a member of the union, so it did not fall in the first motion that we just made. That he would like to have the village buy back his 80 hours of unused vacation and personal time. And convert the remaining balance of unused vacation and personal time to sick time. Which is again what we do within the union contract, but he's not in the union, so this is separate.
Part of the handbook.
Part of the handbook, so it's.
How much is being converted to sick time?
I didn't look to see what he had remaining, so I don't have a specific number, but he has a fair amount of time that he never gets to use.
So moved.
Second.
Second, any other discussion? All in favor?
If it's something you want, I mean, it's easy to go get right now.
No, no. It's more curiosity.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we'll start with trustee Casey, anything for us this evening? Okay. Pam, what, anything for us? Right? Jane?
Nope.
Mark? Okay.
Put that one in the record book.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
Um,
Could I ask a question though? That
Sure.
wasn't really like a presentation. So I had talked to people about, legislator Olson's PowerPoint presentation and referred them to our live stream. Since I don't have been watching a live stream, I didn't know that they don't get to see the slides. And I was wondering, if we could put the PowerPoint
It
out
is,
on our website?
it is.
Oh. Thank you, Karen.
It was done that way. I didn't get an opportunity to share it in the moment. I didn't
Okay.
realize how much there was to the slide. Sometimes we could do it.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
it's right on access right on the village website, right in the news, I believe.
It's definitely on the Board of Trustees page, and I probably wrote it on the news, and if I had it, I can do so there too.
Right.
And then just the second thing. We talk about some stop signs and various traffic problems. If you're coming from the western edge of the village in heading west to Route 5 and 257, the left turn lane is oftentimes just sitting there, because there's no arrow. And I'm wondering what step might be to ask the state if an arrow could be put there, because there's so many cars coming in different directions that
At this
It doesn't
intersection
move.
here,
uh on the friendly side. Friendly side has a left turn lane, but it doesn't have an arrow. So when all the traffic is kind of
Well,
like.
it's the same
right up there.
coming north or south on North Manley Street to that same intersection to turn left to go to the post office. Can't do that either because there's no arrow. I don't know, because it's so complicated there and the
Every
lights
time you
already
put-
are.
Put an arrow in, it's gonna back up
Right
traffic
turn
going
arrow.
that way.
I'm
She
sorry,
wants
I
a
can
left.
only
Yeah, but
process one person talking at a time.
I think I need to
All
have
right, I
that
want to
description
talk
again because I take,
Finishes.
So what Casey has brought up is coming west on Route 5. When you get to the intersection of 257, there is a turning lane which you could turn in front of the bank, between the bank and the park. There's no arrow to turn left. You have to wait for cars heading east on Route 5 to go by,
gotcha.
have a break in the traffic
Gotcha.
or the light to turn and
Gotcha.
be able to go. Short break. It's kind of the same headed, but it's the same heading east on Route 5 because there is no arrow to turn down North Manlius. And it's the same on North Manlius coming this way, turning left onto or to go east on Route 5 also. So 3 areas don't have arrows giving them any advance time.
I
Every-
haven't,
Okay,
Sorry?
when's it my turn?
Go ahead, Jane, you're good.
Every arrow,
Sorry.
minimum 10 seconds. Which will back up traffic going that way, going east. Probably by, let's see, I count cars going through there and sometimes with no problem, you can get 21 to 22 cars through.
They'll do a study if we ask them and they'll come back with an actual traffic count and they'll, I mean,
Yeah, but
it wouldn't surprise me if they've done it and we have it on file.
that's exactly what I was
It's,
thinking.
I
We'd
think
love
we
to
have
see
had
this.
that,
So why don't we,
They don't even know how that light operates.
They do, they've
Stop.
analyzed that
That's a
intersection on
mistake.
several occasions, and we can check the file to see what we've already asked of them and what they have done. Our understanding is what you see is the best they can do because of the unique situation of 5 different intersections
with
coming
the
in
light,
one spot.
right.
All
I
They
have a
don't even
question.
know how, they don't even know,
right, let Jane ask her
Alright.
question now.
they don't even know that light coming west in the morning sometimes is green coming west and red going east. They did not know that.
this is my question. If you're now on Salt Springs Road and you're headed west, which means downhill.
Yeah.
There should be a left turn arrow on that lane because you're opposing traffic. There's a point in time which they will sit still.
so to come down basically to head towards Manlius.
if they're
So
coming
you're
down
saying
South
coming
Spring,
down
then
South Springs, take a
And
left
you
on
have to
towards
either go
Manlius.
left or right. You can't go straight.
Right,
Right.
right.
You can go, everybody goes right whenever they can,
Mhm.
however they can, right? That's just, but to be able to take a left, there is a point in time, and I'm not a traffic engineer. I just know there's a point when the FM road traffic has a red. And, I don't know, there just seems like an opportunity to put.
FM road, going which way?
I'm just,
so I've never.
I'm gonna get too, down.
Personally, I've never had a problem at any of those intersections other than having to wait a little bit.
But you live on the right
So,
side of
no,
all
I
those
mean, I
intersections.
travel every direction around
we
that
know.
whole intersection. And I've not experienced that big a problem with
No,
it.
I agree
I
with you on
think
that.
we've kind of just answered our question because if we give everybody a green arrow on all of
Then
those streets,
nobody can go
we're
straight.
not gonna move traffic very fast
Anyway.
through there. But in the meantime, because it's been brought up, we will look in the office to see what we have. We can ask if we don't have current or up-to-date information. We can ask about it and then we will report back to you. How's that?
Yes, and not all the streets are the same. I just wanted to add in, the state routes are a little bit different. And, as a person who lives, east of the intersection. And many have said this before, the amount of traffic coming from east of the village is continuing all the time. So that intersection is getting backed up and, you know, I can attest to that. And I'm not a person who's driving around all the time. So I
Right.
just want to put that out there because we're also talking about there's a zoning variance about that area. There are plans for the business district. So again, I think it is worth seeing what we have and if necessary, studying it a little bit more.
We'll look at it. Like I say, we'll look into what we have and see what we can get.
Let me make a quick comment, because there have been some studies done. I think you're all correct, because I remember sitting in on the planning board when they were looking at certain properties for site plans, and there were traffic studies done, and they also hired folks also to understand the traffic flow at this intersection, because it is a difficult one. And I believe if we look back at that, we'll have a better idea of what's going on.
There've been a gazillion traffic studies done. for the planning.
Yeah,
Just-
and that one, I happen to have studied pretty closely and, you know, so
There's something
there's
else.
the
to-
lived reality and there's the, yeah.
Just look at what the arrows do to the traffic on Route 5 going east. Because there's a left-hand turn. Going west, there's a left-hand turn to go up to the medical center and to core or whatever. 15 seconds, 20 seconds backs it up on.
Well, this conversation is
It's
just a no
terrible.
point without
Okay,
talking to
terrible.
New York State DOT.
That's why I
because
said,
they're the
well,
only
let's-
ones that can do
let's look
it.
Well, all right, let's have enough for tonight. We'll
But
look
I'm
into
sure
it
we
and
can
we'll
pull it
see
out.
about it.
Yeah.
There's no sense talking about stuff
I
we
vote
don't
no.
know about it.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad we'll look into it and we will have information that we can talk about more logically later on. Or anybody else have
I've
anything?
heard it talked about for 10 years here.
Okay, well, maybe we'll talk about it one more time. Maybe the way it is the best way. But how do we know unless we look into it and see and ask the question?
Karen's right though, because of the.
Okay, so I want to thank everybody in regards to the tree lighting, especially Karen and the fire department, the DPW, trustees, and everyone that made that a good event, and the rec department especially.
Good effort, yeah.
And the musicians that came to play and the kids that sang on the wagons and everything, Jim Hughes for taking pictures and everything was, I think,
Any
well
business that I don't get any
appreciated.
singers on the wagon rides.
Yeah.
Jim's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just want to mention that, and then our calendar of village holidays for 2025. This has not changed from previous years, so it will be New Year's Day. I don't know if you got a copy of this, but if you don't, I can give you a copy, but New Year's Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, President's Day, Good Friday, Memorial Day, Juneteenth, Independence Day, Labor Day, Columbus Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving Day, the day after Thanksgiving, and Christmas Day. We need a motion to do that.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And then below that on our list, you have some tentative village events, so these are subject to change, but March 2nd is the Mayor's Turkey Dinner fundraiser for the Senior Center. April 19th, the Easter egg hunt. May 26th, Memorial Day Parade. In July would be the Syracuse Symphony or the Syracuse Orchestra and the Jazz Fest. I don't think it's the Syracuse Symphony anymore. June, July, and August, the party in the plaza on the third Thursdays of those months. September 20th for the Fayetteville Festival. October would be the Wicked Woods, probably the weekend of the 20th or the 27th. And then the tree lighting on November 28th. So some things will definitely not change and some things are kind of subject to change. So an update there. So with that, I just need a motion to go into executive session to discuss a pending legal matter to include our clerk, our attorney, and our codes officer.
Nice. So, yeah.
Oh, you
No,
can
all right.
sit down, sir.
No, I'm good.
Do you have anything after,
There'd be
this,
business
like a
after,
decision
maybe
or
after, just.
Let's do
at
that.
a vote or a not a
No,
vote?
I'm good.
Okay,
And
so
will be business after, will you be coming back? Or will you-
there's potentially a business after, but
Okay.
probably no vote
Discussion, no
afterward. A
business.
discussion, not a
No
vote.
business. No business.
Casey made the executive session.
I didn't.
You
No one
you
did.
didn't hear, I didn't hear
I
a
did.
second. Okay, I didn't hear you. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Well, I'm whispering like all the rest of you do.
right.
been accused of that.
Oh, man.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I get the joke. We could, right?
we said we wouldn't take any action.
Okay. Oh,
Us lawyers, we never tell the truth. We're gonna read out after the truth.
Okay,
You always wanted to do that, didn't you, Dad?
You wanna hear?
okay, move to come out of executive.
So moved.
session. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Did you have something else? you wanted to
I
discuss?
did not.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome to if you want to. Okay, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.